Hi everyone, it's Jay here and these are the manga and manhwa releases for the 15th of July. Just today. As I said in my previous video, there are so many releases in July. I couldn't fit them all into 2 videos, so I'm doing 3 videos, so this is the second video out of 3. We're going to start with the Kodansha releases. Blue Lock episode Nagi. Nagi finds himself torn between his newly awakened ego and his friendship with Ryo. Can the two friends ever repair their relationship after Nagi's apparent betrayal? That question gets put to the test as Nagi, Isagi, and Baro face off against Ryo, Kunigami, and Chigiri for a chance to clear the second selection. Ryo will do whatever it takes to steal Nagi back, but will it be enough? Gazing at the Star Next Door Volume 6. With Chiaki and Subaru's secret relationship in full swing, it seems like every day is sunshine and rainbows. But after accidentally spilling the beans to Takahashi, how long will their secret stay safe? Kei x Yaku Bound by Law Volume 7. Ichiro and Shiro's attempt to gather new intel about the Tetra building incidents inadvertently agitates the hornet's nest that is Satoshi Yamada, founder of the Shio crime family. Wary of the rats threatening to upend his retirement, Yamada takes the remaining witnesses hostage to tip the scales in his favour. With unknown dangers lurking, the help of an anxious father may be the key to a daring rescue. Ninja vs. Gokudo Volume 8. One obstacle stands between Kiwami and the bomb threatening to explode in the Prime Minister's residence, a washed-up ballerina turned glass children assassin. As the ninja and yakuza continue to battle, their usual tactics are clearly not effective. While Shinoha is down for the count, a new member of the ninja squad enters the scene, flanked by an army of heartthrobs ready to dazzle everyone's heads off. Will this be the movement that finally ends the deadly standoff? The Blue Wolves of Mibu Volume 6. Though a money-making scheme to pay for the Miburo uniforms ends up as more of a madcap misadventure than efficient fundraiser, the exercise brings the nascent groups closer to their goal than ever before, and their teamwork will be put to the test soon as the shadowy blood Rishidan has a plot to bring disaster to Kyoto, and failing to stop them is not an option. A new series called Tower Dungeon. An evil necromancer slays the king and carries off his daughter, secreting her in the legendary Dragon Tower. To save the princess, her steadfast royal guard assays the stronghold, but the way is blocked by powerful eldritch creatures. So to supplement their forces in the face of mounting casualties, they press ordinary folks from the surrounding villages into service, including Yuva, a sturdy young farm boy with a strong back but no experience in battle, and only a battered old helm and wooden shield to protect him. This has been described as a dark, gritty tale of swords and sorcery, bravery and adventure, great heroes and ultimate evil. Tune into The Midnight Heart Volume 8. Arisu has searched long and hard for Apollo, the mysterious girl behind the radio broadcast he listened to in middle school, and has narrowed it down to one of the 4 girls in the broadcasting club. Using his wiles, he managed to buy his way into the club, and has since vowed to help all 4 girls achieve their dreams of going pro, but he's got his work cut out for him. Amidst these struggles, the school sports day is soon upon them, and the broadcasting club needs to make sure things go smoothly. This year, Shinobu has a radical idea. What if the club sets up an anonymous confession booth for students to get things off their chests? Just what secrets could be brought to light? From Yen Press, a new series called The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. Zenos hails from the slums, but he won't let that stop him from paving his own path to success when he chances upon a healer and begins learning the curative arts. When an adventuring party extends him an invitation, Zenos is elated, only to find himself treated like dirt. Despite honing his skills to perfection, the party deems him useless and kicks him out. Now, broke and out of luck, Zenos starts an illegal clinic, becoming a shadow healer. Word of his genius quickly spreads throughout the city's underbelly, but as his reputation grows amongst the dregs of society, word of Zenos' ability reaches the wrong pair of ears. From Titan Comics, Alpi the Soul Sender Volume 7. In this final volume of the series, Alpi seeks out the truth behind the mystery of the blackening curse and the relationship between man and spirit, and amidst the sacred ground, Alpi finally pieces together the truth about her parents. From Viz Media, After God Volume 5. Wakka's been taken by a god named Volov, who claims to be a former friend of the snake god. Could Wakka's friend Shion have something to do with why the two gods turned against each other? One Punch Man Volume 31. Monster Association big shots are taking out S-class heroes one after another. That is, until the strongest man alive, King, rises to confront this crisis. Though the monsters are seething with malice, King appears cool and composed. But can his cool act defuse the dire situation? Record of Ragnarok Volume 15. Hades may be the king of Helheim and one of the gods' most powerful champions, but his opponent in Round 7, Qin Shi Huang, proves to be much more formidable than anyone expected. However, the human champion's sublime fighting techniques take a surprising toll on him, and victory is not guaranteed. What happened to Qin Shi Huang's past that made him prefer to fight blindfolded? Red River 3-in-1 Edition Volume 4. Yuri is accused of a heinous crime and must go on the run. As she struggles with her ever more complicated feelings for Prince Kyle, Yuri also finds herself embroiled in a military operation to save the Hittites. Steel of the Celestial Shadow Volume 7. Konosuke and his companions have caught up to Dosuke near the site of one of the Seisho Seki that Tsuki has just unsealed. In the presence of its evil miasma, gifts increase in power. Konosuke will need the boost as he confronts Dosuke and has a chance to free Tsuki, but taking down Dosuke and his sister, Katsu, will be no easy task. Katsu herself is possessed by a similar, ancient and demonic entity as Haritake. To defeat it, Konosuke must wield his gift, now manifested as the icon of that which he has always sought to hold, a katana. Climber Volume 2. For a brief, brilliant moment, Mori thought he had found his purpose in life, but after an unscrupulous reporter's sensationalized article gets the climbing club cancelled, he finds himself more at odds with the world than ever. With nothing left to lose, Mori agrees to go alpine climbing with Kurosawa, the very reporter who ruined everything, not caring that he obviously doesn't have Mori's best interests at heart. But Kurosawa isn't trying to destroy Mori, he just wants to ignite the boy's intense potential, no matter who it hurts. Tokyo Alien Bros Volume 3. As hard as Fuyunosuke and Natsutaro work to succeed in their mission, their efforts seem all for naught. With no word from Central Command, the two are faced with a difficult decision. Should they finally return to their own people, or remain on Earth? A new series called Tokyo Fear's Rhapsody. Hachiro is the mightiest monster around, created to strike terror into humanity, but a chance encounter with ice cream makes him an instant fan of human culture, earning him the ire of his fellow fears. Hachiro keeps his true identity as a fear a secret while working odd jobs, until he sees the Unbelievables, a newly established mecha-suited unit of the Metro PD. Now he wants to be just as cool as they are. But are there limits to what a monster can do? Trillion Game Volume 6. Trillion Game Inc. is on the rise with a smash hit mobile game. But what will Haru and Gaku do when President Kokuryu of Dragon Bank offers to buy them out? And what are his surprising conditions? Twin Star Exorcist Volume 34. Benio's body is freed from the king of the Kegare, only to be possessed by someone else. Can Rokuro bring her back? Plus an ominous revelation about the fate of the prophesized child. Vagabond Definitive Edition Volume 3. Daunting tasks lie before Miyamoto Musashi. He must overcome his personal demons as he prepares for a rematch with Inshun, the most technically proficient and deadly fighter he has ever faced. This time Musashi won't run away, even if his life depends on it. My Sister Took My Fiancé and Now I'm Being Courted by a Beastly Prince Volume 3 by Seven Seas Entertainment. Read the final volume of this series to see if Prince, Leonhardt and Cordelia get their happy ever after. The Titan's Bride Volume 7. The brazen attack on both Koichi and the Featherling Egg sends shockwaves throughout Tildant. Everyone wants to know who's behind the assassination attempt, and for what nefarious purpose it was carried out. Meanwhile, as Caius gets even more entangled in the politics of his station, Koichi continues his magic training and egg-sitting duties. Despite the chaos, their love life is stronger than ever, and could even pave the way to victory for both of them. Guilty Smile Volume 3. Find out how it all ends for Khalifa and Layla in this final volume of the series. I'm in Love with the Older Girl Next Door Volume 2. It's the start of summer vacation, and while Tasuku has started to understand the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the heart of his older neighbour Shia remains a mystery to him. He's determined to overcome their age gap by becoming more mature and broadening his horizons. But how can he possibly respond when she declares that spending time with him feels like work? Will he ever manage to capture the heart of his very own Mary Jane? Kemono Jihen Volume 17. Genji and the Kemono hold a contest to decide the leader in the search for the Kyoto Fox lair. After 3 intense battles, Kabane and his friends are losing 2-1, but now Kabane is up against a young recruit named Sakata. He seems to want to say something about Kade, who is now being kept in a cage. What's even more concerning is Raiden's emotional state. Before the leaders go head-to-head, he claims Inugami killed his sister. Idol x Idol Story Volume 2. This is a manga where pop stars fight for survival on a reality TV show. Mimi and Ibuki have advanced to the evaluation stage of the new pop idol audition. The first evaluation is a ranking based on the candidates' assessments of each other, and with only 2 hours to complete the task, the pressure is on. The candidate with the lowest rank will be going home, so it's everyone for themselves. Will Mimi be able to stay unbiased when it comes to Ibuki? The Lady and Her Butler Volume 4. Suha, who's never had an interest in romance before, has no idea what's involved in actually dating someone. Meanwhile, Taesu can't help but interpret Suha's anxiety and indecision as regret for getting involved with him. After all, he still hasn't managed to find a job on his own, and relies on Suha for nearly everything. Despite living under the same roof, their communication is worse than ever before. What will it take for them to get on the same page in their relationship? A one-shot called Contrast. This is a BL manga about just how complicated love is when opposites attract. Kanata is a handsome young man who can't help but be the centre of attention, even when his mind is miles away. Akira is the perfect student who barely talks to anyone. They don't even know each other's names, but they can't forget each other's faces. And then, one day, these two happen to meet on the stairwell near the rooftop and find comfort in each other's company. From then on, it becomes their secret rendezvous point. Slowly they discover that while they may be completely different, they both have feelings for each other. Is this a case of opposites attract, or are the differences too great for them to ever truly connect? Kaya-chan Isn't Scary Volume 2. 5-year-old Kaya-chan is a powerful psychic who defeats evil spirits by punching them with her fists. Thanks to Chie-sensei, Kaya-chan is gradually making more friends, but then the sad secret she is hiding is revealed. From Tokyo Pop, The Unwanted Bride Loves the Crown Prince with All Her Heart, Volume 1. When her country of Lydia loses the war, Princess Tinalia must wed the enemy prince, Keith. The arrangement isn't as dire as it sounds though. After all, Tinalia has been in love with Keith for years. Unfortunately for her, Keith doesn't remember they already know each other. The circumstances of their first meeting were unfortunate, as their countries were at war, and Lydia committed too many atrocities against his people to forgive. Thus Tinalia finds herself the hated bride of the Crown Prince, treated coldly and scornfully by everyone around her, even though she continues to love him with all her heart. Cute but not cute, Keiichi Hozume has it all: the looks, the charm, the flashy CEO status. The only thing missing is a single shred of self-sufficiency. Not a problem though. Hozumi's assistant and longtime friend Ibuki has got it covered. When Hozumi's endless string of one-night stands suddenly falls through, Ibuki is there to tend to all of his boss's needs. But once they've crossed that line, there's no turning back, especially since Ibuki has spent the last 8 years wanting Hozumi all to himself. What happens when an insufferable rich kid and his steely sidekick start hooking up? Codependence never looks so cute, yet totally not cute. So these are the releases for the 15th of July. I hope there's something there for you. There's definitely a few series that I want to pick up, and we're getting quite a few new series today. As always, if you want to use the code Jay'sManga to get an extra 5% off SciFier.com, please do use it. Their prices are so low anyway, but it's always nice to get an extra 5% off. I hope you have a fantastic manga and manhwa buying month, everyone. Bye!